Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with your let's see what I want to do. I'm just kind of winging it. Let's look into the emotional check-in to see what's going on for us. What's going on for us here lately with the energies. Doing some things on this channel. One thing I will say, and I'll just even confess on my end, some ways this channel had become a hard lesson for me. Some things have transpired as well, and so what I'm doing now is some of you all may have seen some changes on there that you can see, because I believe that just like Kirk from Twin Flame All Stars states, that he brings you clearly not only the cards, but I also believe in teaching, because I am also teacher by trade. What is this? Teacher by trade, but then I also believe in bringing you all over encompass thing, and I'm trying to also bring you the things that you said you would like to see, which is trigger warning, and Spirit brings me things. I got a real good one that's coming up as well. I'll probably jump this in between for you all, but doing a good mix of cards, and that understanding that we have to find balance. The cards is action, but then I cannot come on here and not forget the feminine, which is the being, which is what the trigger warnings are. So on my channel, you all are, it's interesting, you all about that DM, that action as far as what you're doing out in the material things, how things are manifesting on the outside. But I believe on this channel to also, I see 147, which means action. I believe in also creating that balance for you inside as well. So you're not going to see a lot of card reading things on here. I go by what Spirit says. So you'll see me flop into my divine, and which that's truly how we are. That doesn't mean I'm wishy-washy and I'm not stable. That means just like in our energies, some 1 minute we're in our divine feminine energies, and the next minute we're in our masculine energies. And I think us as twin flames, we need to kind of start seeing that. And that's why I'm also showing you all this, that you switch. So you might get a whole bunch of trigger warnings, which again is inwardly. That's your in dealing with your omega-ness. And then sometimes I'll do this, like I do the cards. This is me in my divine masculine energy, which means I'm in my doing, my outwardly things of seeing how things manifest on the outside. Okay, so speaking of alpha and omega, let's talk about what's happening as far as the energy. So we know that we're housed with divine feminine and divine masculine energies. When we're talking about the alpha, we're talking about that's the energies of the doer, the ones that's out there, the actions, outwardly doing things out there in the world, the material things. When we're talking about the omega, we're talking about the divine feminine energies, what's going on inwardly, how we're making changes, how we're moving within. So let's do the energy check-in. Let's do the emotional check-in and just see what's going on with us emotionally. So for the divine feminine energies, we have resentful. Okay. And for the divine masculine energies, divine feminine, sorry, we have desperate. Okay, interest. They say pull another card for the divine masculine. Let's see. That resentful, divine feminine, divine masculine energy is desperate. Okay, hold on. Make it clear, make it plain. You bringing me up a whole stack of it. And I'm like, is it really going to be that stack? Okie dokie. So, divine feminine energies. We have, I think they usually came out with the divine masculine. For this came out with the divine feminine energies, which we have for the divine feminine energies in the inside. We got some resentfulness that's going on. I think that came out last time. Okay, so right now we're a little offended, we're a little indignant, we're a little bitter about some things. We got our hands crossed. Anytime I remember the guy that I used to work with, he told me, he learned me to stop standing like this. He said, because you're blocking energy to get towards you. So we're at this kind of like this, like, yeah, what? We're blocking also the solar plexus, which is you identifying, standing in your authority too. It's like, no, putting up boundaries, but these boundaries that you're putting up are like hard boundaries that maybe also that's blocking you from your divine, any good to come to you, anything your divine masculine to, as far as good, as far as who you identify and who in your authority, what you're standing in too. As well, this is also causing for you to now move on into again angry. Okay, so some things is because you want really the atmosphere and the energies to be intensified, like you just really like mad as hell, like you like really like the Orisha Oya, who is the one that's thunder and lightning. Like you really ready to kind of tell some things, and what they bring it to me is again is like you're one part and you're ready for your thunder. So she's the lightning, but he's ready for the thunder. It's like, okay, where is my partner, my mate that's in this, as far as us making us be able to manifest things? It's making you furious. So right now, some of you all are saying, again, they bring it to me, is you're bored. You're bored. You're looking at the clock and you're saying, okay, is it time yet? When is this happening? When is this occurring? Because right now at where I am bored with what is actually being presented to me. I am bored with actually what's actually going on. I'm looking at the wall. I'm looking at these barriers. I'm looking at things. And it looks like like somebody saying the walls are closing in on me. Some of you all, and so you're like uninterested. You're being jaded by some things. Some of you all. Now again, this of course, like they always say, like Johnny Cochran said, if it doesn't fit, you must quit. So do not make the message resonate for you if you don't feel like it's resonating with you. Okay, all right then. So moving on, for desperate, like they say, it might not be for you, but it might be the twin flame that's sitting next to you. Okay, so now desperate. So the divine masculine energies feel like they're desperate, like they're hanging on in a rope. Okay, so right now inside, we say in your omega-ness, we're feeling some of those twin flames. Emotionally, there is some resentfulness. Okay, we're angry about some things, and we're missing our part, and we really want to start actively manifesting, getting and shifting the atmosphere. They're not here, and now because of that, we like, okay, now we're becoming bored about some things. Told you about that last time, because I said boredom is the devil's workshop. Makes you start thinking like, okay, what else can I start getting into? Oh, this look interesting. So that's another thing that you got to kind of watch that. For the divine masculine, he feels like he's hanging on by a thread. Okay, and he's desperate, frantic, out of control, and in need. I want to let me see, can I get a clarifier on that? What is causing this? Clarify for this. What's causing that? Clear. He's desperate. Okay, because he's saying right now he's desperate, frantic, out of control, and he knows that he needs to take a nap. It's some things that's got to be put to rest. And he's probably feeling frantic like a person towards the end, like a kid. They're showing me like a kid fighting sleep. Like, no, I won't go to sleep. I'm staying up. No. No, I'm fighting. I'm fighting. I won't go to sleep. I can't do it. No. And so that's one thing about that, about that going to sleep thing, because it's just like, no, I might miss something. Really desperate because they know that at this time that it is some things that needs to be discovered. Treasure chest is going on within himself, and they feeling like it's desperate. Like it to be in some ways like almost time is ticking and time might be up, and it's like if they don't do this, the opportunity for them to be able to discover what's actually within them, they feel like it might be closing time, like it might be closing up for them. with that. And so right now you got water, like taking right here, we got here the turtle taking his time, maybe again in the process of him really trying to discover himself in there. And he's really looking like he's moving like a slow, like a turtle, which is causing problems because he could feel on the other end the divine feminine is like my biological twin flame union clock is ticking. Where are you? Okay. And it's causing him to be desperate, just to be grasping at straws. He's at the end of his rope. He's at the thin is thinning. And so this is what's causing him to have that. But he knows it's time to put things to rest as far as these things that no longer serve him. But he's like a person, like a child, wanting to fall asleep, but he's fighting it. No, I'm awoke. No, okay, I'm awoke. No, I was just resting my eyes. You know I still was awoke. I ain't going no sleep. I wasn't going no sleep. I see you. Yeah, you was saying about so-and-so and so-and-so. Okay, so that's what he's doing. This fighting probably is lying. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm in this situation with you. No, no, I ain't slacking. No, I'm not. And so then at the same time, people are probably not really seeing it. That's what they showing me like a baby. They really probably seeing it now with him, that he ain't really doing like he's supposed to. He's not really top. He's not on top of his game. People are seeing him unravel. And this is where he's actually at. Okay. And it's time to really put that way he's viewing or doing of himself, put that to rest. Okay. What is some things that Spirit wants? Spirit wants the divine feminine clear of these romantic angels, romance angels want the feminine start looking at. They want them to pay attention to these red flags. Something about your thinking is over. You're over zealous. They bring them to me, and your thinking is just out of control. That's the first thing it is. You're trying to put on this air like everything is all right. You're over adorning. You're over thinking it. You're over placing a whole bunch of stuff that is not trying to identify it as X, Y, and Z. You putting on all these different identities and things on this actual thing, and that is not it. They want you to caution you. You got some of your ancestors are there helping you and telling you to watch it. You're overthinking on some things, okay? You're doing too much. They want you to pay attention to the red flags because it's emotionally tail spinning and it's blocking you from your crown chakra to really actually get the thing. So they too want you to, again, find ways in which you can be able to just take you a time out. This bliss. You had the holiday, we have Veterans Day coming up, but you had some times and just take a, like say a holiday, doom, 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 celebrate, doom. The day out of life, just one, it would be so nice. So take you one day out of life. Give yourself a holiday. Give yourself a break. Give yourself a break about thinking about this divine counterpart that you're thinking about, or your divine partner. Give it some time there and just take you a break. Do something that makes you happy. If it makes you happy, do that, okay? What does it want to say about the divine masculine? What's some advice that the romance angels want to give the divine masculine energies? They want you to, again, at this point, start learning how to process and do forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. In your alphaness, how you going about, how you getting things, your action, you go to it action. Start releasing the past and for the future. Some of you, when I look at this, it's like, again, as I was a child, I thought as a child. You were immature. You didn't have enough information. You weren't as mature now. You have ripened like a nice age, like a fine wine now. So the way you were thinking back then, hey, you did the best with what tools and what resources you had now. Now it's for you to kind of flip it. And now, it's forgive and learn. I learned from my past mistakes. I forgive myself. and then the lesson is not doomed to repeat it over again. Again, now I'm saying for the divine masculine energies in your alphaness is for you to get to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So within, so without, so above, so below. So what I'm picking up from this is start within yourself. Those of you all that's in your alphaness. In your alphaness, you're going to it, get it, go get itness. Learn how to understand both the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies. That's just like what I started at the beginning of this video saying. Again, on my channel you will see me in my alphaness and you will see me in my divine feminine in this. That does not mean that I am flighty and not that. It's again, that's just how the flow of the energies goes. It does not mean that you should be always doing the tarot things, which is represented as an example, which would be my alphaness, how I'm representing and how I'm going to get it and showing you and moving things in the 3D. Again, but when I'm in my divine feminine, which is in my omega-ness, my being, giving you information about how you should be changing things within, that is it. Get to know that. I think sometimes when you get a little coaching in between, I think a lot of times with on this journey, we get slapped when we choose one over the other, or we're being pushed to show one energy more than the other, when it's okay to flow from one to each other. You got to know that if you're a person that likes to do it. You need to sit back in your alphaness and say, I need to start learning how to be a better omega. How do I be? How do I just sit and take in, internalize this? This is what they want you to do. Again, alpha. You know your alphaness. You like a person that like to go out there and do it. Then they say, I want you to take time and just learn how to be. Okay, just like they said about the beingness, which is the honeymoon, the bliss, the time alone. Take you one day just to go off and get to know yourself. We got a lot of things going on, especially with the elections. Everybody's coming up with the election blues or the election whatever, these things. And as impasse is affecting us in so many ways. This energy of this week now, coming from the moon here, has evoked it. Now we're in Scorpio, which has evoked a lot of energy as far as emotion. This is a very emotional set intentions that I've seen from other readers say around this time. When it's like that, it's time to settle down and to just chill to the next episode. Okay, so this is where you are. So they want you to do that so you can deepen your bond, understand your feminine and your masculine, and be able to honor both of those energies within you. And they also say, and then that also calls for you to have that balance outside of yourself as well too. So maybe they bring it to me this: your job would be your alphaness. You doing spiritual work would be, again, your divine feminine energies. Okay, so learn how to be able to balance those two. They create a more balance of self. So like they say, all work and no play makes a dull boy every day. Okay, so you don't want that to happen, that boredom to set in. So they want you to have this passion too as well. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Find things that you're passionate about instead of being desperate about. Concentrate on the good things, the things that I say, I think about the good times. So what is it that you need to be? The good times, they help you to bring you together. Okay, that's one thing that they have there. Let me see, where's my lovely ones? That's my favorite here. Okay, Mystic Bees. Let's give you some advice, because I try to make sure these is really short and to the point, because most of the time I kind of go in depth into it. Clear. What is the last advice that you have for us as far as our emotional check-in? What is it for our emotional check-in for the divine feminine and for the divine masculine? Ooh, there was one there. He jumped. He went right back in. There we go. Okie dokie. For the divine feminine and your omega-ness, they want you to follow what makes you happy. Didn't I sing that song? If it makes you happy. That part right there. Said that. And speak your truth. Okay, speak your truth again, so you can stop looking at the world through shaded glasses or sending out shade to people too. That's what it seemed like to me. That's interesting. You got this. Some of you all, I have experience with a family member, I put it that way, that has a way of being able to when you call them on something, they have a way of putting an underlying shade gets thrown in there. In there. And I'm like, okay, the subject is you. If I tell you I see something wrong with you, why you can't just really actually just get the truth, hear the truth being spoken to you, or the truth being told to you, and you come back and reverse it, and then it's got a hidden next comment that said back to me. It's hidden with some shade in it. Okay, so again, stop doing that. That doesn't help you either. When you speak it with sarcasm and shade as well, that's not very helpful to you as far as you in your process as well. So you want to open up your third eye so you can be able to see. You don't want to see things shaded. Excuse me, so I got a majorly release on that one. And then also for the divine masculine in your omega-ness, it says return to nature. This desperancy here shows me a person like they're showing me a point of center. Your center is off, just like a typewriter. You're more left than right. You're not centered in what you're doing at. So you need to return back to this again. Water, something about water, going by water with you is big, taking you a shower, taking you a salt bath, something that has to do with water, listening to water will help to be able to reset you back as well as too in your omega-ness if that's off. All right then, as always, this is your emotional check-in. Remember about the 12/12 event that's coming on. We got some great people lined up that's in for it. So we got night now. So we have myself, the whole playground experience. We have David from Soul Mission. We now have also Sean. He was on here before. He was the one that came in, and when I first started, he signed on from Esotropic, Esoterica, did I say it right? Esoterica. He's on here. He came on here before we did Divine Masculines, talking about with the Divine Masculines that he's coming in to do the 12/12 event. And then also I got Patricia McNeely from Twin Flames Body Merge is going to be on here too as well. So this is an event that you do not want to miss. It's just $12.12. It's going to be on 12/12, and then it's going to be hosted at 12/12 as well. So this is YouTube live as well, not in person. This is a YouTube live thing. 3 hours of packed in information helping you to bring in divine order into the new year. You want to be there. You don't want to miss this because we got a lot of good changes, and especially we are preparing for the new Aquarius. The age of Aquarius coming in. We've got to think about doing things outside of the box. You can't be doing it with the same resources and tools that you've been doing prior to up until 2020, and you don't want to miss. All right, until always, as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Love you.